Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. And today in this methods video I'm going to explain about the math methods, the famous math methods. So basically let's start with an array. Let it be this, and let's console log it. It's pretty obvious that we will be getting this array, this normal array, right? But let's try this one. I will be explaining later on in this video that what this thing means. Yeah, just remember for this time being that this prints like this, like normal set of values without commas and just normal iterated values. Just remember this part, right? So let's start with the first method of math, that is math.py. So basically we know in mathematics there is a pi which is basically 3.14, right? So if I log this once again, I will be getting the value of pi. So that is 3.14, right? And let's start with the second method now, that is a round method, math.round. So if I use math.round, what it will do that it will be converting this value which is given in the argument to its nearest whole number integer, right? So basically here it is 9.5. so 0.5 is a threshold. So for example, if I print it out, I will be getting 10, but as soon as I give 9.4, it is 9 because I hold that 0.5 is a threshold. So let's start with 9.44. Let's see what happens. It's still 9. Let's start with 9.45. It's still 9. Let's start with 9.47. It's still 9. So whenever I am like explicitly writing it 5 here, from 5 onwards, from 0.5 onwards, everything, the value will be its higher nearest highest value of the integer, right? So for your reference, I'm giving this like this. I'm copying this part and I'm giving 4 here, so that one prints 10 and one prints 9, right? I think this is clear. And now there are two functions called methods, floor and ceil. Floor, the name suggests, that it will be like doing its nearest floor part. Basically floor is at your feet and ceil is at your head, right? If you stand in a room, the floor is always at your feet and ceil is always at your head, that is the ceiling part. So let's check with the floor that how it works. So let it be, I'm giving 9.9, right? So it will be printing 9 here, right? I'm like, for the reference I am writing this part so that it's available to you guys. So yeah, here we go. It is printing out floor 9, right? But let me check that 9.2 gives 9. Surprisingly, when I will be using the same thing for this ceil, and this is ceil, for this 9.2 it will be giving, yeah, so let's check that it is giving 10, right? So it is pretty clear that the ceil is a ceiling and the floor is a floor. You're standing in a room and the floor is at your bottom and the ceil is at your top, right? So it works the same way pretty much. So now let's come to the next part, min and max. So for the reference, I'm giving a normal set of arguments here and it will just print out the minimum available here. So it's 1. Of course, it's pretty clear. It is self-explanatory, I guess. Now let us come to the first part. I told that what is this doing, this 3 dots. Basically this is the split operator. If I run this code, I will be still getting 1. Like, let me remove this, so I will be getting 2. right? So what this spread operator does, basically it takes in an iterable. This thing takes in an iterable, and basically it converts it into set of individual values or elements, you can say, to be more precise. Like in here, a set of individual values, kind of iterable values. So whenever I'm printing it, it is like taking this set of values, parsing it accordingly, and printing out. But what if I just pass only the array name? It will give nan. The reason behind this, it gives nan, because this math.mean function method does not directly work on array. You have to use this spread operator to make it work, or else you can do one thing known as apply. So I'm creating one variable called applied, and using this apply method and null and array. So what does this null mean, what does this array arr mean, and what is this all thing going on? So basically this apply dot method does something that, for example, you have a function. Let me do it for you guys. That let it be there, you have a function called function func. You have arguments as name and city, for example, and you have been defining the function now. Sorry, there has been a typo. Yeah, so basically what it does is, here I will be like printing, like console logging name and city together. This dot name plus this dot city, right? And I am giving one set of double brackets, double quotes, sorry. So basically it will be it will take in name and city, and it will be printing in a line name and city, right? So for example, I have to give name and city explicitly. I can do just this, that func and name city, I can like do it. But for example, if I want to show you that apply method how it works, so basically it works this way, that func let a variable name, let name person1 equal to func dot apply oh yes. So basically it takes in two arguments. One is a set of like an object, another is a set of an array, right? So basically let me create an object. Let me name it let p1 equal to this, and here the name is name equal to, let be Sapnadeep, and it's Sapnadeep, and city, sorry, it will be comma separated, and city will be Kolkata, right? And just pass this p1 here and a set of values. I'm doing one thing, I'm not giving any of it right now. So now if I run this, I will be getting one error, right? So what is this error telling? Name is not defined. Now why is that? Basically this is the object you are creating, right? So if I am like copying this part and placing this here, and again copying this part and placing this here, and I'm removing this part for now. I'm removing this part for now. I'm just passing the p1, so it prints my name, right? I could have done it using the function dot parameter. Like normally I could have done the same damn thing with this thing, func, giving the parameters here. Like I'm giving, for example, Tuhin, and city is, let me Midnapur. Let's do Mirzapur. Yeah, so I'm doing the same damn thing here, and I'm getting undefined because I'm getting undefined because I have not declared this part here, this name, which is this object's variable name with this name. And here I go this way. Now if I run it, that is undefined, and this is Tuhin Mirzapur, right? So what is happening here? Basically, in this case, in this function, I am giving this city and this name, which will be this function scopes city and name, and this name and this city, these two parts will be the parameters here, which will be taken in here and we put in here. But in this case, in the p1 case, I'm like directly hard coding it, but I'm not giving any kind of reference or stuff like that. So that is the reason it is giving undefined, and here it is Tuhin and Mirzapur. But for example, to explain the apply method here, I will be using two more stuff, and then I will be telling that what it does. So basically I'm removing these parts because I'm just using this function func as a method, right, to use with apply, right? So I'm removing this and this and this, getting Sapnadi Kolkata. But for example, to show you guys that how can I use the arguments part in here, I will be using this thing. Yes, so basically what this thing is doing, when I am printing like this thing, it is giving me undefined and undefined, right? So why is that? Basically in this function declaration, like I did one thing, sorry, just let me do it in this way. Yeah, in this function declaration, I have given two parameters, name and city, right? If like basically the flow of the program is such that this is an object, right? It has in its scope name and city. I am passing p1 here. This actually passes the this reference of the object which I am passing here. So basically I am giving p1, and this p1 is in applying into function func with the dot apply method. It is applying this object to this function. So basically p1 dot name will be this dot name, because internally I am applying this p1 object to this function, so that this reference of this function is now pointing to p1 in this case, in this particular case. So if I am now printing this, it is giving me a and b. So to answer the question that how does this thing work, this null, when I am passing null, basically the math.max is a function, is or a method. It has some internal properties. It does not point any object to anywhere. I am pointing one object to the this reference of this function func, but in this case I don't want my any object to be pointing to this one, to the math.max. That is why I'm giving null here, right? And it takes a second argument as a set of array, so arr it is. And now this math.min function will be working with this arr, right? For example, if I would have passed null here, let's see what happens. It would be giving undefined and a. and b, means these arguments or the parameters here, we call this argument, and the thing here we call as parameters. So these arguments are going inside these parameters and printing this stuff. Here this dot city is undefined, this dot name is undefined, because we have not passed anything. We have passed null. It is pointing to null or undefined. That is the reason it is giving us undefined and undefined. So I hope this thing is clear how this thing is working. So basically, when I am passing this applied this variable applied math.max.apply, null is pointing to nothing, and the array is this array, right? So let's check the maximum value it prints out or not, right? So applied it is. Hooray, view. Here we go. It is printing us 7, and here the maximum element is 7, right? So yeah, it is. And let's now talk about the math.log function or method. So now if we console log math.log, let me do it 2. So basically it will be printing out the value of log 2, and the value of log 2 is here 0.69. basically this is this log here, this log base 10 log base 10, and yeah, here we go. So this is all about the math methods. I think you people got it. If there are any doubts, please do comment, like and subscribe. Thank you.